Guys, so I'm gonna actually videotape this on my phone instead of doing YouTube video because I don't know, I can't switch the camera around and I don't know, I just didn't like it. But so what I've started doing now, okay, oops, took a picture, fuck. So well, anyways, damn, I can't switch it around either. Damn. So what I started doing now is I'm cooking all the vegetables with the meat. Yes, I like to brown the meat first before I start cooking the vegetables. That way I don't, I can cook. I like the vegetables kind of hard. I don't like them too soft. So I brown the meat a little bit, and then I cook the vegetables in my skillet there. Okay. A little bit of salt and pepper to taste, but I wouldn't taste it until the meat's fully cooked. And then you can always add more salt and pepper. Okay. And I'm starting the water right now of the spaghetti noodles. And I put salt in the water. That's big. Okay. One, it helps it boil faster. And two, the water tastes salty. So it actually, the noodles soak up some of that salt and give the noodles a really good taste. Now, you don't want to over salt the water because then you'll just have really, really salty noodles. So I like to start the noodles a little after I cook the meats, just because I like to cook the sauce a little bit, simmer it just a little bit with the meat mixture and the vegetable mixture. So that way you get some of the meat flavor in the sauce, okay? And you can use any kind of sauce. Store-bought, canned is fine. I don't like to make my homemade sauce just because it's a little bit too much, and I'm trying to, eat quickly. So yeah, I hope you like, and I'll keep you on updating on more when the food starts coming out. Okay, so here's a quick update on all the cooked meats, veggies, and stuff. I've already salted it the way I like it. I don't like to make it too salty because I think the meat overall has a good flavor. And the vegetables alone, the vegetables alone will also, have great flavor. So I don't like to, especially since I, salt the water of my noodles. So, but yeah, once that's done cooking, which will probably be done pretty soon, once I start seeing that pink go away in the meats, it doesn't need to go. It needs to go, I would say, fully away before you start adding sauce. But people have different ways of cooking it. I like to make sure it's fully cooked before I put my sauce in there because, yeah, it's just health, I don't want nobody getting sick in my house. So water's almost boiling. Once it's fully boiled, I will put the noodles in. And then yeah. Once I put the noodles in, I like to cook the noodles for al dente. I don't like them too soft, I like them al dente, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have their own recommendations or time and stuff, but or until tender. So I'll usually do about 11 minutes. Stop it at, I'll check at 10, and then if I don't like them, then I'll keep them to 11 or 12 minutes, depending. But usually it's, 11 minutes is the best time. If you get the normal spaghetti noodles. I get the HEB brand, which is only in Texas, but I don't own the rights to that, so I'm not trying to show it. Anyways, but I get just normal, thick spaghetti noodles, no thin spaghetti noodles. Just because I don't really, my wife doesn't like the thin. I shouldn't say I don't like them. I like the thin, but she doesn't. So, more updates to come. Quick update, I actually just drained the grease. I don't like having grease in my tomato sauce just because it makes it kind of like shiny and oily, and nah, fuck that shit. Nah, nobody wants grease in their tomato sauce. So, I'm actually pouring the tomato sauce right now. So I just added my sauce. I don't like to, I try to drain some of that grease out. You see that grease right there? I try to drain some of that out just because I don't like it in my sauce. Just because it makes it all shiny. But if you're not, with the cast iron, you're not going to be able to drain all of it out just because the cast iron is heavy and it is hot. Okay, so wear gloves if you're using cast iron. But the meat is going to go ahead and it's going to give a good flavor. And that cast iron, if you know how to, season the cast iron properly, it'll give that meat a good flavor and the vegetables a good flavor too. But you want to make sure I should make another video on that, which I probably will. So anyways, I'll cook that sauce on about medium-high heat, medium-low heat, I should say. You don't want to burn the sauce, so make sure you put that on medium-low. That water looks great. That's the water you want it to look. Rolling boil, okay? Now you're going to drop your noodles in. Now with the noodles, you can actually cut them in half, or you can keep them whole. I like to keep them whole. And again, I added salt to my noodles, so that way I get, or salt to my water, so that way the noodles soak up some of that salt flavor. Okay, make sure you stir your sauce frequently so you don't burn that stuff. Okay, and once you start seeing the sauce boil, after a couple of stirs, you see it boil, okay, make sure to put that sauce on a low heat. Low heat. You don't want to burn that stuff. You just want to, simmer it. Make sure it's warm. Make sure it cooks some of that flavor into the meat or the sauce. The flavor from the meat into the sauce. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, let me show you real quick. Look at that. That looks delicious. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and let that sit for a little bit. Noodles are in. Timer on for about 11 minutes. I like to do 10 minutes and then check the noodles to see if they're done and then do 11 minutes. That way I don't overcook my noodles because nobody likes overcooked noodles. Okay, so now what I did was I turned down the heat on my cast iron because that cast iron is already hot. So if you turn it down to like the lowest flame you can without putting it out, you'll still cook that sauce a little bit without burning it. You don't have to stir it as much, but I would still recommend stirring it so it doesn't stick to the pan and stuff. My noodles are done, or almost done. I got about 8 minutes left. Like I said, I like to drain the grease out of the cast iron just because I don't like that shiny coat of oil or grease on top of my tomato sauce. So there we go, and I'll update you what it looks like when it's done. Alright guys, so I got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds on these noodles, and I'm still slow simmering the sauce with the meat mixture that I have, which is bell peppers, onions, garlic, fresh cut garlic, and mushrooms, okay? Once the noodles are done cooking, and I like them al dente, I will then drain the water from the noodles and then add the meat mixture to the noodles. Or you could just have the noodles sit there and you can add either or. But anyways, my roommate's here, so I got to cut it short. All right, so I drained the noodles from the spaghetti. Looks delicious. They're perfectly al dente. Okay, there's my sauce. Woo, woo, woo. Delicious, right? That looks fucking good. Okay, sorry for the language. I'm going to go ahead and put this down real quick, mix it into my noodles, and then I'll show you the finished product, okay? I love the way your nails look, baby. Okay, guys, so I've added the noodles to the sauce, or the sauce to the noodles, okay? I'm just going to mix that in. And if you like it, if you like your spaghetti more saucier, you can always add more sauce. I only did 1 can of sauce to 1 pound of ground beef, and then that's how I like it. I don't like it too saucy. My wife, she likes to add ketchup to hers, so I don't know. She's weird, but I love her. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up the noodles real quick. Ooh, the camera got foggy. Mix up the noodles, and then you can serve it. Garnish with some garlic bread and some basil or whatever you want, and then it's boom, it's done. And I guarantee you, it's going to be delicious. Look at this. Oh, perfect. Cool, huh? All right, guys, I'm going to show you a video of me tasting it, and I'm going to get my my wife's reactions on the video. Okay, so she likes to add Parmesan to hers, which I do too. So good Parmesan is delicious. And tell me what you think, love.
Okay.
All right? Slurp it in. Oh, no? Okay. Good? All right. Any thing I can do better on or no?
No.
No, it's good? Cool. All right. Well, I'll catch y'all later. Like and subscribe on the video. Like the video. Subscribe on the channel. Matt Jones out. Peace.